Oh, hello everybody. I'm so sorry I'm late. Oh, hi. I'm here. Right, let's see what we've got. Notification to say that I'm live. Hopefully everything's working. Sorry about the ads, Rory, but it pays the bills. Oh, hi everyone. Hello. I am here. I am a little bit late. We had a spontaneous trip to Tesco's. So that's the excuse. That's why I'm late. But I'm here. I'm absolutely baking because the British weather, there is no in between. It's either one extreme or the other. And it's so warm. Be right back. I have tea cakes. Enjoy your tea cakes, Rory. Enjoy your tea cakes. But yes, the weather is disgusting. It is too warm. I am in the warmest room of the house. But we move. We move. Okay. Hey Luke, how's Megan? Meg is fine. Meg is in another room of said house. But yeah, she's all good. Hay fever. I do not envy you. I think I get a little bit of hay fever every now and then. Like my eyes get a bit scratchy. But I do not envy anyone who has hay fever. Bloody hell. It's so warm. It's like, yeah, it's that type of heat where it just holds in. And I've been out all day in the garden, working on film studio and working on starts of the new TARDIS. Very exciting. I was able to put the order in for all the materials for the new TARDIS. So it's very exciting. Next week, we're starting. It's starting. It's a very exciting time. Oliver says, I love the recaps you've been posting, Luke. Thank you very much. Yeah, we just felt like we'd just a bit more light on the Series 5 previous episodes. Yeah, because, it's all good stuff. So it deserves as much. How much did it cost you? Well over £1,000. That's all I'm saying. I'm not giving you exact numbers, but it's well over £1,000. And that is just for the outside. It doesn't even begin on the console room. It's just the structure. So yeah, it was an eye-watering amount, but it had to be done. It had to be done for the greater and good of the TARDIS. But yeah, so yeah, we've been doing recaps every day. The last one ended today. We have another video coming out tomorrow, a nice little short of what to expect from Time Crisis Part 3. So watch that. And then we have a video, I say video, shorts. We have a short to be released every single day up until Time Crisis. You must be rich. I wish I was rich. If I was rich, Barry, I would have built a far bigger TARDIS. Yeah, if I was rich, I would have built the new series TARDIS in scale. But we can't. Astro says, I'm in the coldest room and I'm still warm. Yeah, it's horrible. It's just That's the thing about British houses, is that they're designed to keep the heat in, right, for the winter. They're not designed for when it's hot. Like, we don't have air conditioning or anything, so it's not fun. It's not fun. Season 5 is my favourite. I'm glad you think so. It is the one series that I think it's stepped up from the last 4 seasons. So yeah, I think Series 5 is definitely a good series. It's a very good series. Will there be other rooms in the new TARDIS? The new TARDIS will be connected to the film studio, and in theory, we will be able to sort of expand the TARDIS into corridors and other rooms. But yes, there is some scenes in the remaster, which shows some new areas of the TARDIS that even the TV show hasn't covered. So very excited. What colour will the new TARDIS be? Will it be red? I haven't settled on a colour. I normally go to sort of like the greys. I'd like to do something different, but I'm not sure. Like, I've settled on a design. I know what design we're going for. But I don't know what colour scheme. I think once it's sort of the main structure's up, we'll see what will work with that space. Because obviously with colours, it depends on the lighting and like the feel of the room. Are you going with a more natural column or more fantastical? I'm assuming that's natural console, maybe. I described it to my friend today as a mix between the current TARDIS, which is like that futuristic, rustic feel, and the memory TARDIS. So those two together. But there will be a nod to every TARDIS in the console room. So you'll find out. You'll find out what's in there. I want to see a red TARDIS because red usually means panic. I'm not sure what we're doing with the time rotor either, because the rotor's completely changing, because I'm hoping to incorporate the up and down moving mechanism. So I'm not sure if it'll have the lights that it has in Dom's TARDIS, essentially. But we'll see. We will see. Yes, the TARDIS room will be completely different. It's a total redesign. Nothing staying. Nothing staying at all. Which is quite sad. It's going to be sad when that comes down. It's like, all the memories. Oh, Plasma. Hey, new viewer of the show here. How do you guys do your regeneration effects? It's very hard to describe over a video. Maybe I would do like a video in future, like a tutorial. But the key is just to make sure that the effect is emitting from the actor, not just plonked on top. So there's a lot of rotoscoping involved and tracking and fractal noises on the hands and embers and all sorts. Rory says, what are you doing with pieces of your old TARDIS when it goes? So the old TARDIS, the console will hopefully be sold on, and that will live in private collections wherever. The old walls I'm going to keep for expanding TARDIS corridors. And as the 4 roundels with the lights I want to keep as well. And I want to keep the vents. Not a lot. There's not a lot going to be left over. Like, everything will be reused. So we'll see. We'll see. Oh, we have MB and Homeland in the chat. Hello, Mark and team. Always fun to see more creators in the chat. It's all good fun. What made you want to redesign the TARDIS? I think, like, a lot of my TARDISes have always sort of been based on the Capaldi console, the Toyota TARDIS. And when I was thinking about it, I was like, this is my last opportunity to create my own design for a TARDIS. Like, all in, totally my design. What would I do if I was building a TARDIS? What would it look like? So I really want to incorporate that somehow. So does this mean we can bid on old props? If you'd like to buy the old TARDIS console, drop me a message. We'll do business. Yeah. I do have a few people interested in the TARDIS. So MB and Homeland says Luke Newman plus new TARDIS equals lots of dollar signs. It certainly does. It certainly does. Yeah. It's costing quite a lot, but I want this one to just like the current one is good. Like the amount of people that see that and go, "Oh my god, it's a TARDIS." People walk in and get mesmerized. My plan is I want to take that to the next level. I want people to walk in, flick a switch, lights happen, stuff changes. I've got a friend who's very good with like electronics. He's coming on board to sort of like wire up all the lights. And I really just want to like, I want people to walk in and go, "Damn, this shed might fly." That's what that's the feel I want for it. And there's going to read a few more chats, and then we will get into watching Time Crisis Part 2, the rewatch, because that's why we're here. Josh says, will the police box design change along with the new interior? It'll have subtle differences. It won't be too much, though. Yeah, just subtle. I think the TARDIS posts are going to be changing. Just had a message off Rory there asking about some props. If Rory's watching. Yeah. But yeah, so sorry, so new TARDIS, the police box won't change too much. It'll have subtle changes. I know the roof's going to get damaged when that comes off because that was all fiberglassed to the police box sign, so that's going to be a nightmare, but we move on. What are your thoughts on the animated Doctor Who series for CBeebies? Cool. It's interesting. I probably won't watch it. It's outside of my age range, unfortunately. But yeah, it's a good way to get kids into Doctor Who, I suppose. Someone says, Rory, the bidding war begins. On your marks, go. Someone said, I rewatched your Christmas special in Series 4 today. Where did you get the red waistcoat and trousers from? I loved the look. They were from, I believe, Dobell. It's basically the outfit I wear. It's my cosplay for the 14th Doctor. But it's more red than brown. So when the story needed the Doctor to be Santa Claus, I was like, well, he has to wear all red, of course. So red trousers, red waistcoat, red coat. Let's go all out. Red tie as well. Yeah. Let me just check. Do you still have your old Sonics from the original series? I do. I still have. I think the Series 3 Sonic is in the current TARDIS set. And I think I've got. There's the OG Sonic. Still works somehow. We have the OG. There's so many spoilers in this drawer right here. I gotta be careful what I'm pulling out. I have the Series 4 Little Red. Ooh. Blue and green. Oh yeah, that's just never mind. I have Dom Sonic, which is like super bright. Look at that, super bright. My Sonic's just constantly going off. Sure. And then I think I have, Dom's Pastel Doctor Sonic, which doesn't work anymore. Sad times. Rory says, I did notice the design change for the Series 4 one. Yes, because that one is the remastered Sonic, which is... we'll get onto the watch-along, which is this one. This is my new Sonic screwdriver. That's very cool. Very cool. Ice blue. Pretty can't. There we go. You can see it now. So, my new Sonic screwdriver. I went for metal. I was like, Dom had a metal screwdriver. I want a metal screwdriver. Yeah, and there's things. Yeah, there's things I can't show. Not yet, but soon. I'll show you soon. Right. shall we get into the good old Time Crisis Part 2 before I melt away? Better start the episode before we best indeed. Right, so if I move the chat over there, it'll be the same kind of setup as last week, so you guys probably won't hear much. I'm sorry. It's either listen to the episode or listen to me talking. We've seen the episodes. Let's listen to me talk. I could talk for days. And we want to share the screen. Window. We want to share the media player. And just like that, we have Time Crisis Part 2, Draft 3. Amazing. Amazing. Okay. I think we should start the episode. Okie dokes. And are we all ready? I keep just seeing you can hear the birds, but that's quite impressive. Wow, I thought his microphone was rubbish as well. The fact you can hear, yeah, it's just R2D2. He keeps going up and down the street, you know. Right, let's go. 3, 2, 1. Previously on Doctor Who. I do love a good previously trailer, though. It's very exciting. I'll turn it up a little bit because I think you guys can probably hear a little bit. Again, that fracture. Why did that fracture end up there? It's very interesting. There he is, the second Doctor himself, Christopher Thompson, or Christopher Troughton. All these little ties that we do throughout the series, though. There was so much that we added into Series 5.
This event.
That was like,
the one that's caused all the time.
If you know, you know.
What do you know about it?
It was so cool. I enjoy doing that. Just start tying up all those loose ends. Barry Queen. Wow. That's not too deep.
It will have catastrophic consequences.
JCU, just in time. You are just in time, JCU. You are just in time. I like that. I like how it just ends and then this as well. So this is like what the remastered Fall of the Doctor's going to look like, essentially. And this was actually a reshoot. This was shot very last minute. I think this was shot like a couple of weeks before Time Crisis was coming out, because the original one was just all exposition. And I was like, no, let's show what's happening, not just be like exposition. Yeah, but I like, if you listen carefully, I mean, obviously you won't be able to hear it through the stream, but if you go back, you'll hear Omega screaming, you know, I was spread for this universe like a cancer, shattering the timeline completely. Rory says he continuity error. If you know, you know. Rory, we don't bring attention to the continuity error.
The time scepter has been extracted from the back of the end. The little red Doctor's
I've just realised, like, at this point we don't know the movement of the Doctor and Meg. Oh yeah, I've just realised that, yeah. Doctor Who Acknowledger. We do not mention the continuity error. We forget and we move on. It'll be explained in the future, I promise. I'll fix it. I'll fix it in post. There goes the car. Yeah, so originally Time Crisis Part 2 was meant to be Part 2 and 3 together, but he would have made it a 2 to 3 hour bloody film, and I'm like, we cannot do that. And it was like the right point to cut when he got to an hour in, and it was the reveal on who the movement were. And I was like, oh, this is perfect. This is timed so nicely. Yeah. The time step design is cool. Yeah, the time step, it did have an upgrade from Fall of the Doctor. He had like Gallifreyan added and got rid of the squiggly bits. It's still the same prop. It was just completely overhauled. Meg says it's the time spoon. Not the time spoon.
The TARDIS will be able to protect us.
And this as well, like little sort of nods to, because this is the alternative timeline. That Meg's bedroom's totally rearranged to how it normally is. And I loved adding this Easter egg of the time loop radio song coming back. Yeah, when Meg first watched this, she was like, "Oh, are people going to think Meg's still in the time loop?" I was like, "Oh, could you imagine? How unfortunate would that be?" And here we have Megan Williams. And this, like in this timeline, Megan's mom never came back to life. So her gran never, went on the cruise. And these little time slips where two timelines just press together ever so slightly and the two clocks switch over from different timelines. And here we have Meg's nan, who you'll be seeing again for the remastered series. Yes, good old Tracy. She was lovely to film with. Wonderful woman. Just good fun. She was good fun. We had a laugh all day. Yeah, and this theme that we've got about like clocks as well, incorporating that. Like Meg still realizing, there's something wrong with time.
Have you seen the Doctor since our last session?
Sean says that song is cursed. I've heard it plenty of times myself.
Probably for the best.
No, the recast of Meg's Gran is Meg's new Gran for the remaster.
Hmm.
So
I think he did.
there you go, Rory. There you go.
Sure? No, he did. Remember?
I love this. Like, going back to recreate. Yeah, to recreate the scenes. So surreal to go back and read it. A lot of the stuff was filmed in conjunction with what we were filming at the time. How Time Flies, we went back at a later date to refilm it because when we did the reshoots for How Time Flies, this scene, it was like January and it was so cold. It was freezing. And we got to a point where it was like, yeah, we'll do that another time. And like this concept of like time being altered, the time scepter being taken, which means Meg's mom never came back, which also means that Tommy never builds the karma. And if Tommy doesn't build the karma, the Doctor becomes more erratic.
That's not what the Doctor would do.
What the Doctor would do. Megan, I am the Doctor. Whether you like it or not, this is who I am. Right here, right now.
I love this. I loved how dark this went. Because this is what the timeline should have been. So if Little Red never used the time scepter, this is what Series 5 would have been like.
Only feast on time.
I do like
You
this.
consumed enough energy to last you a lifetime, but nothing lasts forever. So it would never have been enough. So this is your fate.
If I go quiet, I'm just in the zone.
The Doctor would never do that. Not my Doctor. Even the Daleks, he never could. You said it was affected by the regeneration process.
Yeah, Darker Doctor's always fun to film.
Regeneration
Always
is
fun to
his
film.
head. It's a final line.
Yeah, and like this. Like, we did reuse a lot of shots from the original episodes, so it just kind of felt like it definitely belonged as part of that. Sorry, I just hit my microphone. And like recreating the shots, like Meg walking into the TARDIS, it's an identical shot for when she walks in How Time Flies. And the same with Dom. Dom's in the same position, holding his Sonic in How Time Flies.
It took me long to express their effects. The Doctor would never do that.
Well, I am the Doctor.
And I like the white TARDIS, that it was a TARDIS that hasn't been designated a colour yet, because this Doctor's not the purple Doctor.
And if you can't accept the change, then I think it's best you just.
Yeah, we did add like little Easter eggs. There's a Van Gogh painting at the corner which you can't see unfortunately, but it's there. It's there. Again, I love the music for this. Like you guys probably can't hear it, but yeah. Dom designed his outfit like 2021. I must be. There's a Van Gogh painting. You did say. Yeah. And we opted to call him the Pastel Doctor, so you had purple and pastel.
I really feel like there was someone else there.
The Master's TARDIS in 4. Yeah, the Master's TARDIS as well. That was also the white TARDIS because like he's obviously nicked it. It's not the Master's true TARDIS. So it's a TARDIS that hasn't sort of found its pilot yet. That's my head canon.
Oh, I did.
And we have Steph as the therapist.
Be out there somewhere, traveling with someone new.
We literally bulked filmed everything with Steph for all of Series 5. We did it all in one day.
Can we reschedule?
I think Meg had to change her outfits like 8 times.
I can't believe I never found them. I'm sure we can rearrange. I'll see you next week.
I'm just reading comments as well at the same time. Yeah, and like this timeline also playing into the fact that the Brigadier was killed by the Slovene in episode 2. Because obviously the Doctor wasn't there, so they never knew about the alternate dimension that the Brigadier was trapped in. And this location comes back in the next part. You'll see that. And like these scenes as well, like you've got Meg wearing like a purple suit, and it was meant to be sort of like her subconscious like connecting with the alternate timeline and remembering the Purple Doctor. Just little nods like that. Here we have Viceroy the Archelon, played by James Sutton, and Viceroy's henchman, played by our good friend Alan.
I'm looking to sell this.
And the Sonic Blaster. So this was made by little prop shop.
Where did you get?
I really hope I've said that right. I always get that mixed up. Is it little shop prop? Little prop shop. Yeah. So James and his team, they scanned the original screen-used Sonic Blaster and was able to replicate the Sonic Blaster, and we got the first prototype of using that. Sutton, little shop props. Sorry, James. I always get muddled up with those two. I'm like, I say it, and even though I know it's right, I still question myself afterwards. No, these masks were bought way back in 2016. These are the original Archon masks. You still can get them on eBay.
In the Black Archive.
We like little shop props. There we go. Yeah. The effect on the blaster was annoying to do. Like trying to recreate it. It's quite easy to sort of like create a new effect, but when you're trying to replicate something, you're looking back like, how did they do it back then? Rory says he has an Archelon. Wow. Yeah, I'm surprised his mask survived, to be honest. But yeah, James turned up with this nice leather coat. And I think he was wearing the boots for one of the soldiers from Sarah Jane Adventures, the screen-used boots from the Warriors of Kudlak episode.
Don't move.
It was good fun, this shoot. Yeah. This was filmed in a club in Derby.
Unfortunately for you, I was already ahead.
Yeah, the slab, that's it, the slab. I was like, I can't remember if it was a trooper or one of Kudlak's race.
Do you really expect to bring my operation down?
I'm very good at bringing.
Yeah, I was proud when I did got the effects just right. And then he gets hit by a chair from upstairs. It's good to it was a chair, like could have been a fridge. And here they are, the boys in red, Captain Evans and
Thank you, Captain.
Fraser Ward.
Expected to go well.
He's not even captain in this
Boss
timeline.
just made a run for it.
Yeah, good old Jack and James. Hey, we have Dom in the chat.
Detain him. I'm going up to Viceroy.
Keep in touch, Brigadier.
It was always good to see like two people, like two unit troopers together, because we hardly get to see that. Yeah, and the gun that James is holding is the screen-used gun from the Doctor's daughter. Yeah, he was telling me all the fun facts about it. Oh, we have a super chat from Robert W. Thank you ever so much, Robert. He said, I want to say that this series is my favourite Doctor Who I've been watching since Tom Baker's time. Little Red Doctor and now Purple Doctors have been amazing. Thank you so much, sir. Well, thank you for watching and supporting us. Like, it's cool that like a fan from Tom Baker's era watches our stuff. Like, it's mad.
Fraser!
I would have loved to have been around for Tom Baker as the Doctor. Yeah, you lived in the golden years.
There's too many of them.
Who do we have in the chat?
I've already made a good You'll make it Captain 1.
Dom's in the chat. He said, I'm watching with Jack Reeves. He's over tonight. Hi, Jack.
Are you ready then?
You're in this episode. You get killed again. I saw people saying, hey, Jack. And I was thinking, oh, Jack is in Nerd Den, not Jack Reeves. Hi, Jack. Big fan.
Think this operation starts with me.
Over, Viceroy.
Oh.
I know you're
And the gun that Voistro uses here is the Sea Devil's gun from the remastered series. There's a little fun fact. Jack also has a twin in canon. You can get him killed again. We'll make him a triplet. Yeah. See, I loved this scene as well. Just, I always wanted to do like a proper unit shootout. The original plan was to have that in the finale with the Ice Warriors, like a proper unit shootout. I was so glad that I was able to give Meg sort of like the time to shine as Brigadier Megan Williams on the field.
You shall sleep.
Yeah, so for those who haven't seen the original series, the Archelons could hypnotize you and make you fall asleep. So, you know, if you didn't know that, now you know. If not, it looks like Meg's just taken some drugs. I love that, like, just how like she knows she's falling asleep, so she just fires willingly into the air. In hope, not that she'd hit him, but in hope that he'd just scare him off. There was a message there. James says, I am full of fun facts. Also, screen used in the Satan Pit and Torchwood. That gun. That gun's been places. Satan Pit, Torchwood, Sarah Jane Adventures, DW 2012.
Your club's surrounded.
2 ways out of here. Give yourself up and come with me.
This scene was originally written and set on a rooftop, but we couldn't get a rooftop for the life of us. Like, there was so much health and safety involved. It was just easier just to set it all in the club. It was meant to go from the club to the roof, but then we changed it. And then the time fracture opens, and the movement comes out. This is important for Time Crisis Part 3. So, park that. Take a note. Rory says, great use of continuity there. Thank you, Rory. Thank you. When I do continuity right, I do it well. When I bugger it up with the Daleks, wow. Car. Ignore said car. I would close the windows, but it's very warm. I love this.
What are those?
I think this was improvised between me and James. It was like, every time you walk in and go, what did I miss? Like, you've just completely missed all the action. Yeah, I thought it was quite fun. Jonathan says, congrats on hitting 25k. Thank you very much. I did have a heart attack this morning when I checked and it says, congratulations, you've reached 0 subscribers. I was like, oh, my hard work. But no, thank you. It's all thanks to you guys, supporting us, help us reach 25,000. Much appreciated. Still mad, back in the days when you used to get 10 subscribers and it was revolutionary.
In the club.
I do feel sorry for good old Captain Evans because in this timeline he's alive, but in the actual timeline he got his neck snapped by a weeping angel.
Two versions of the same event.
Poor guy. But you'll see Jack again because Jack's coming back.
My mum, who died over 20 years ago.
Mom, I've worked under your command.
Yeah, Jack's so good.
For several months now.
Yeah, filming, just working with Jack, filming with Jack. Yeah, he's a legend. He's a good soul.
The Doctor and I haven't seen each other since he regenerated.
Yeah, so in this timeline, Into the Time Loop never happened. Most Hated Man never happened. Summer of '82 never happened. So it makes you think what those adventures would have been. Yeah, when I edited this, I always kind of felt like this was dragging on too much with the club and stuff. But I think it's fine. Yeah, I think it's paced out quite nice. I think the longer it takes to get to the Doctor shows the tension between the Doctor and Meg and that friction in the friendship. I like how she's very hesitant to call him. I love that shot. I'm so proud of that shot. And here we have the first ever scene in DW 2012 in the orange spacesuit, which you'll be seeing again because it does pop up in the remaster. Well, Into the Time Loop wouldn't have happened because the TARDIS didn't get stuck on Earth. So the Doctor wasn't fixing the TARDIS. So, and this was filmed at Blackpool in the good old sand dunes. And we had a good friend, Tom Powell. He came in and did the VFX 3D model work for the Sontaran ship. So he did all the modeling for these, which I'm so glad because there's no way I could have done that. Oh, see, it's funny. I look back at this now and I'm like, oh, I could do those VFX so much better now, integrating the crashed Dalek ships. But hey ho, we move. We're not doing a remaster. And we have another guest star cameo, not Dan Starkey, but Chris Thompson. He came in and did some Sontaran lines.
This artifact is of Dalek origin.
Yeah, when he did those, I listened to them back and I was like, "This is Dan Starkey." Yeah, so good. I like this little bit of background story as well, having a war between the Daleks and the Sontarans before the Daleks were extinct. Yeah, and scavengers coming to Sontar to strip Dalek ships of technology. And this prop, this was one of my favourite props I made. I've got it in one of my drawers. It was built from a Dalek eye. Sorry, I love that shot. I love this whole sequence. When I told Dom, I was like, yeah, we're going to do a sequence of a chase with the Sontarans. Yeah, I like that the TARDIS just coming in to save the Doctor. I love giving the TARDIS so much more character. The TARDIS, I don't care what anyone says. The TARDIS is the main character in Doctor Who, not the Doctor. It's the TARDIS, because without the TARDIS, the Doctor wouldn't go anywhere. There would be no Doctor Who. And this is fully CGI. There's no cliff. The cliff was all CGI'd in. and composited. Like it had Dom jump on like a little hill, and then the cliff was added, and then Dom's jump was projected more with VFX. We have one of our members in the chat. Good old Shadow Jedi Knight. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, we built this entire costume for one scene. One scene. But yeah, we do have a very talented Sontaran actor who's coming in for the remastered. He might be in the chat, he might not. Those two black things on the back of the wall, fun fact, you will notice them in the Interstellar Song Contest because they were given to me by a friend, and they were later sold to Bob's Bits that the BBC later bought from and put it in the Interstellar Song Contest. So that's a little fun nod. The props get around, yeah. It's kind of cool that some of our props have been in Doctor Who. I like this as well. Like this glitch between the pastel TARDIS and the purple TARDIS.
One of your deceptions, I believe.
And that little glitches there. Just being that close to the time fracture causes these time leakages, sort of thing. I don't know what to call them. Timeline collision. A temporal glitch. There you go. The Doctor told us what it was.
Two timelines colliding.
Yeah, I love the concept of just having two timelines, and the Sutek sound. Interesting. This isn't nothing to do with Sutek, by the way. It was just added because it's the TARDIS's way of saying something is very wrong. Not close to Bell level, but it's very wrong.
Hello?
And Dom looks great in the spacesuit, we have to admit. Like, he really pulled that off. I mean, when I first saw Dom in that spacesuit, I was like, ah, he looks so cool.
Unit needs you. ASAP.
I'll be on my way.
I love this as well.
It's good to hear.
She just puts the phone down before he even gets to say anything else. And
Evan?
this music, the unit theme, was done by Harry Hudson, very talented composer. Yeah. And you'll see some of Harry's work coming up in future as well, because he's composed some exciting new tracks for the remastered. I love that bird's eye shot of the TARDIS. And I love this, like the CGI helipad. This shot took so many times to sort of do it and get it right. Because like if the Doctor's coming back to unit, he needs a grand entrance. Someone asks, how much was the spacesuit? The spacesuit was all custom made by myself. I have no idea how much it cost. It was made from a bike helmet and an orange jumpsuit. Yeah, and then bits were just added. And if you look in some of the shots, there's like a dirt mark where the old Sanctuary Base logo was. And in my head, like if the suit's 10,000 years old near enough, that would have come off. And you've just got like a dirt mark. We have another member in the chat. We have Abby. Hi, Abby. Welcome to the live stream. I am so warm.
You could have called me. I could have been there.
After the incident with the time flies.
Would you ever do prop tutorials / showcase? I could probably showcase them. I don't think I could do a tutorial because it was literally made from like a lot of it was sort of handmade out of like putty, and a lot of the other stuff was sort of just little bits that I just happened to have, and I was like, oh, glue this, kit bash, put it on.
We believe there's something wrong with time, and no one understands time better than you.
You're not alone in that. I felt it too.
Rory says,
That's why.
prop warehouse tour. Yeah, it's just my workshop.
What is that exactly?
Just my
A
workshop.
Dalek data core. One of the last remnants of the Dalek.
Someone
units.
says, so Luke, how was it being the Little Red Doctor? The Little Red Doctor is
The Daleks
my
have been
alter
aware
ego.
of something like
He is part of me, and I absolutely love playing that character very dearly. He means more to me than I could probably
Earlier today,
put into
I visited
words.
time
I have been with him for like
reality. Two versions.
13, 14 years now, so...
Yeah, you too.
Both of us.
Meg says she has us cast downstairs.
Flashes of moments.
Hello, Meg. I'm on big telly.
I see your Daleks.
That if you watch it on the big telly, you just saw my face on your big screen.
What is that?
Excuse me.
The timeline.
So that's the timeline, and those are the alternate timelines that are spewing up,
Timeline being altered. Skewing off into alternative timelines.
which shouldn't happen. It's not allowed to happen. So in my head, the multiverse and alternate timelines are two separate things. It's like space and time.
Time has been
So
altered.
multiple versions of the same person can exist within the multiverse, but the same person can't exist twice in the exact same timeline.
I'm afraid not.
So like you'd never get two Six Doctors turning up because time would be like, nah, this is not right.
How different would you say?
Rory says, oh, hello, Loki. I'll have you know, Rory, this was written and planned long before Loki. Long before Loki even happened. This was planned like 2019, 2020. I can't remember when Loki came out now. I think it was a bit later, wasn't it?
Well, you are both experiencing fragments of the true timeline, which means remnants of it still exist.
Dom said remnants. He said the word, which is also Dom's little audio stuff he does on his channel. Separate thing, Doctor Who remnants. I always like when he says that because I'm like, that could be a little nod.
An engineer who
The Pink Angel says Marvel DW 2012 connected.
Tommy Benson, engineer, tech genius. Hacked unit several times. Think he'd be an ideal candidate.
Where can we find him?
Oh, this scene was shot a long time ago. A long time ago. Luke, you're like Doctor Who time. You're like a Doctor Who time Simpsons on predicting the future. Yeah, Simpsons predict quite a lot. Yeah. See, this little nod as well when Tommy looks at the magazine of Han Solo and Leia kissing, and what he remembers from that is that the kiss between him and Meg. I mean, he did try putting like a flashback between the previous
knowledge that things aren't all what we
the previous episode.
You felt that
Yeah,
too,
previous.
haven't you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It feels like someone's missing in my life.
We believe that there has been an alteration to time.
So Tommy doesn't work for Torchwood. He doesn't work for Unit. He's got no friends. He's got no girlfriend.
Come to me because
Poor guy.
Like myself and the Doctor, are time sensitive. Believe it or not, somewhere in the prime timeline.
Reasons, Rory.
Megan
Just
and I are
reasons.
attempting to fix the time.
Just reasons.
And we need an engineer capable of creating a time traveling device.
Oh yeah, Dom, you did. You were very ill in this scene. You were very ill. But man powered through. He powered through. Yeah, he still loves his comics. I loved calling it Operation Time Crisis as well. That was always good fun.
Reduce this facility to create the devices.
Hey, what's in the box? That is my time machine.
right, well then why can't we use that?
Because
Imagine if the Doctor could just use a TARDIS. Like, the closing credits would happen right now. It'd be the end of Time Crisis. Like, done.
We need devices that send us out of this timeline and into the prime.
I like how everyone looked in this this episode. Like, Meg looks so different to your standard Megan Williams, and Dom's Pastor Doctor, and Tommy's version of Tommy's so different to what he would wear in the current timeline. This track, like, I put it in as a joke, and it worked so well that I was like, "This is it." But I loved the still montage, like Ben struggling to get the screwdriver and then Meg just pulls it out. Like, come on. We have Jack Reeves in the chat now. Oh my goodness. And like the lyrics fitted, like giving it all of my hearts. How many lyrics says giving it all my heart? So the Doctor's got 2 hearts. I was like, this works. I love this. And this, like, who I am doesn't fit into your box. And I was like, TARDIS, maybe I'm making stretched analogies, but like to me, I was like, this fits. What is that song from? The song is from a website called Artlist, which is a licensed, like supporting content creators. Highly recommend checking Artlist out. Yeah, I remember like the bit when Ben Sonics, like, it was hilarious. Ben was like, "Oh, can I use the Sonic?" I was like, "Oh, go on then." Yeah, Ben's just full of memes, like Pizza Time, the Spider-Man meme. Yeah, I don't write half of this stuff. Ben just brings it out naturally. He might be wearing the same goggles. Actually, he's wearing similar goggles to
I just felt the need to
13.
apologize.
Yeah, Meg was very bitter, and she actually does say a line. She goes, "Pizza," but I opted to cut it just because I was like, it's a bit too harsh.
Know that
Give the Doctor some slack, like, A planet of ketchup, gherkins, and pickled eggs. Yeah, this scene
Somehow
was
I don't
nice.
think we can really be what we once were. After Nick dying, just gone.
Yeah, silence was definitely better or worse.
Should let you get back to work.
I love that, right? She can't even be mad at him because he thanked her for the pizza. But I love Ben's reaction. He's like, "Oh crap, you're in the doghouse, mate." And he's like, back to pizza time.
Is it done?
And before anyone points out, yes, they are Omnitrix. Tommy's a nerd. Of course he's going to use an
Then we
Omnitrix.
need to find out how to isolate or turn it.
Everyone was pointing out, like, is that an Omnitrix? I was
I
like,
think I can help.
yes. Doctor Who uses toys all the
Voice
time.
message.
River Song's gun is a Nerf gun.
He died
So
in
we use an Omnitrix.
Some flashes that were recently found on the prime timeline. We used something called a time scepter to restore her.
I like this. So Megan's mom phoning.
The message survives because
And this is important for part 3 as well. Like,
Timeline, we've got the link.
yeah, I've been like a time anomaly.
all I need to do is unwrap the frequencies. It's sort of like code, really, and then the link should be there.
Of course, because different dimensions.
And this is the exact line Meg says in episode 2.
That would have worked with Professor Vancouver. Okay, some serious deja vu.
That's why she says she's having serious deja vu, because she kind of remembers
There
it but
it is.
doesn't.
The prime timeline. The prime line.
Again, we was going to put like a flashback between
Now we just need the
that
number.
scene and then this scene, but I felt, no, I was like, if people know, they'll know. Like, if they've paid attention, they'll know. I like that. The Doctor explained that taking this time crystal will be taking catnip from a feline friend. There it is, the TARDIS time crystal. So whilst the Eye of Harmony powers the TARDIS, the time crystal is sort of what gives it the ability to travel through time by somehow. Don't ask me, I'm not a real time lord.
That allows time travel. We simply need to cut a fragment.
Are you sure?
We have to.
I was so proud of this prop as well, like the gun. This gun's actually above the door in my workshop. Still intact, I think. I might have cannibalized it by now.
Alright, guys. Oh, zombie.
Yeah, Tommy saying the prime line. Again, not in the script. That's just Ben. He's meant to say the prime timeline. It's funny, when everyone put their glasses on in that scene, I've got a shot of the three of them like dancing away, and I was like, you literally look like a band. And again, Meg's wearing the glasses from episode 2. So there's all those little nods going back to the original timeline. Those effects are great. Thank you very much. There it is. A fragment of the time crystal. This is the thing, like, again, not see, it's got stuff in it, fancy stuff.
So it's ready.
I need to run a few diagnostics on
I didn't want to
myself.
make this easy for them to time travel. Like, the concept of being able to time travel should be so difficult that only the Time Lords are able to do it. So having them work for it, I actually have to build a time traveling device and show that progression as I'm constructing it. I was like, it just shows that it's
Dress the way you normally would,
difficult.
to avoid suspicion. Right, I'll send one of you back.
I bet you the doctors there like, why do I have to wear one glove? What's the one glove for, guys?
I think I'm the more capable one of going back in time.
This isn't a competition, Doctor. You're the only one who understands all this. So if you go and something goes wrong,
We'll say they're Sonic shades.
Right, going back. You cannot interfere with yourselves at all. I'll be navigating you through the vortex. I'll see you back for a couple of seconds, and then I'll return up.
Again, like, I like this whole, the doctor's like, I'm a Time Lord, I should do this. And Meg's like, no, because if you die, we're buggered, mate.
Good luck.
Yeah, it's the TARDIS playset, Rory, you got it. I mean, it makes sense, it's a time-traveling device. And I love this. The fact it just doesn't work. And Dom's instant defeat. It's like, could you imagine pouring that work into building a time machine? It just doesn't work. And then realising you've got to plug the cable in. Here we go. Meg is time travelling. So, yeah, this was filmed with a harness, a green screen, and a leaf blower. And I loved it when How Time Flies came out, and everyone was speculating, who's that figure in the portal? Who's that figure? Everyone was thinking it's Little Red. Everyone was thinking it's it's Dom's Doctor. So no, it's Meg from the future. Meg said Lego Dimensions Vortex. Yes. I think Dom pointed that out. He went, this reminds me of Lego Dimensions. And I was like, so it does. When you know, you can't unsee it. Again, like I said, I love tying all this up. Like, it was there from the start. There from the start. Sean said, I really thought it was the Little Red Doctor when I first watched it. I'm so sorry. But no, it was Meg. It was always Meg.
works.
And this, tying back to part 1, how they had these memories of the past being altered. Now, this is happening in real time. This is why it was important to show those flashbacks to
altering the timeline is going to
these scenes with Lucy Grace and the Autons.
Are you all right?
Because I knew it was going to be vital for this. So I didn't know whether people would understand fully what was happening, because it is a very timey-wimey episode. And sometimes I watched this and went, can I understand this?
Right, I've got your first destination programmed. Comparing the Prime timeline to this one, I can see what needs altering.
Yeah, the original wasn't in. It wasn't in the original How Time Flies. But that's because we hadn't shot the finale. But when we was filming the finale and knew what we were doing, it was like, this would be cool to add this.
You've both got earpieces, all right, so we can stay in contact.
Yeah, it's the same with the 11th Doctor of going back to the time. Again, like little references like this.
Right, guys. There is one thing we have to consider here, all right? We are messing with
This
our
line.
timelines here.
Important.
Cancel us out.
We've
Important.
got to do this, Tommy. This isn't our time.
Yeah, things that are relevant for part 3, I'm just going to be like, remember this. Because when you know that kind of stuff and you watch it, you're like, oh wait, this makes sense. And who is in this scene? Who is in the scene? It's good old Jack Reeves. I remember when I filmed this, I said to Jack, I was like, yeah, you go down the alleyway and I'll have Dom just stand there. And if you look in How Time Flies, it's the same shot. Dom's shoulder is in How Time Flies.
I know. I'm so excited. I don't know how we managed to get the money for that, but
Here he is. Yeah, that's Dom's shoulder, and it's the same shot in How Time Flies. It was just reused. And then hearing Ashley Jones get aged up again. Aged to death.
How did we come into this?
We're the first ones at the crime scene.
Someone asked, how do you go about location shooting? Like, do you all scout for warehouse? It depends. That warehouse, we were lucky because it was a horrible space for content creators. But normally we just keep our eyes open.
Can I request PC Lauren Miller, please?
Yeah, we sort of keep our eyes open, and I don't go anywhere.
Well, that's one correction made.
Roy, well, that aged well. VFX jokes. Yeah, and I like the fact that it's the doctor who calls for Lauren to come onto the scene, because he knows if that was any other police officer, she would not have let him past.
What did Tommy mean?
So all these little things being
Well,
altered.
it's a possibility. Messing with time is one thing, but altering your own personal timeline could have some rather
Catastrophic consequences.
Time could end up erasing us completely.
It's just a possibility.
And this scene, this scene is like a scene between two scenes in How Time Flies. It's not in the original How Time Flies, but it's when Unit come to take the TARDIS back to Unit.
I found the Doctor's TARDIS.
And I was like, how cool would it be if you saw like a little scene that you never actually saw in the episode? That'd be kind of cool. And that, like, seeing the movement, having little
Is there
glimpses.
someone there?
I'm gonna watch them all in order in parts. Yeah, that'd be cool to watch all three. I'd love to merge all 3 parts together, but that'd be a big episode. That'd be like 3 hours.
Pretty sure they're behind all this.
And even that, like, you see the movement, tap the wrist device, and then the time fracture's open. And again, my headcanon is, I'll mention this quick. If you look really carefully, the 2 windows, half of it's Little Red's windows and half of it's Dom's new windows. It's TARDIS mid-regeneration, like 2 TARDISes together. But yeah, my headcanon is that the movement have sort of the same wrist devices that the Doctor and Meg have, because they are the Doctor and Meg.
Have you done it? Is the TARDIS
Looks like the time cracked from the 11th hour.
I
The
failed.
11th Doctor. It's actually very different. I did make sure it was not the same shape. But yeah, it's very similar in terms of context of what it
We have to
is.
do this to survive, but I heard something.
But it's a gateway to
familiar.
another point in
You are
time.
distracted. We're messing with time.
What's in the
We have to be
suitcase?
precise.
You'll find out
And
in the
how
next
to do
scene
it.
what's in the suitcase.
We can't mess this up. I know this stinks. I predicted every move we have made, but something feels
This is the
off.
thing, like, once you know they're the Doctor and Meg,
It is nothing
you watch
more
it back and
than
it's so
paranoia.
obvious they're the Doctor and Meg.
After all, you are betraying everything you once believed in. I will do the next mission.
I just saw James's comment, rest in peace, Sutton Ashley Jones. Sad time. And this scene as well, having Dom in the background with Ben and Molly, and then having Dom and Meg there as well. Good fun. Good fun. I love doing stuff like that. But what about the Valyard suitcase? Oh, that blew up on the end. Yeah, this is one of my favourite scenes.
Whoa.
Because if you watch How Time Flies, this scene was edited perfectly to How Time Flies. So when Dom comes in with his hands on his eyes, that sound effect appears at the exact point when he teleports out. So many cars. So many cars.
Outside. We've got a minute now.
And it was the Doctor who planted his own costume, not the TARDIS.
What's next for you?
The Doctor assumed the TARDIS would have brought out the costume, but the fact that it was the Doctor that did it. Yeah, I love doing that. It's like the bootstrap paradox. Which came first? Did the Doctor plant it, or was the Doctor aware that he was the one who had to plant it?
One moment.
Yeah, that's it. Bootstrap paradox. And then this, revealing the TARDIS isn't broken. That he's the one who has to break the TARDIS. So time loop can happen. So he can get stranded on Earth. And this is why Dom covered his eyes. Because I was like, it'd be so fun if you're both in the TARDIS and one of you covered. And Dom's sheer panic as he's trying to. There's a delay on the teleport.
Good job, guys. The timeline's starting to sync. Now prepare for the memories.
There we go. We're covered up to How Time Flies and the first minisode.
Yeah.
Great.
Right then, on to the next.
Yeah, but seriously, go and rewatch How Time Flies. Listen to that sound and you'll hear it. It's in all of them.
Linda goes in there, she's going to call us.
Well, we've got to do something fast.
2022. These are the events of the Slovene infiltrating unit.
Keep an eye on past me. I'll be back.
But basically, Rory, the Doctor's trying to sort that out because the movement of grab the time scepter, so it's up to the Doctor to rectify the events to counter react to what the movement have done, and then the time scepter's got to go back on the end.
You're just imagining things. You head in.
Again, this scene, it's in episode 2 when everyone was like, "Why has Tom got a new Sonic? Why is he wearing a glove? What's the device on his wrist?" There's also an additional line in that scene, which was cut from episode 2, but I kept it in for this scene because I kind of thought it'd be cool to sort of for the audience to be like, "Wait, I don't remember him saying that. Time's actually being altered." So this shot we did of the movement was the last shot we ever did with the movement.
That's not right. You're not
And if you look in the fracture, you can see the void in the background.
Tommy, get us out of here. Now.
John says the amount of thought that has gone into this series is incredible. Great job. Thank you so much. It took a lot of headaches.
Knew who I was and what I was
And a lot of does this make sense? Yeah. I needed like a chalkboard drawing timelines and everything on there.
What happened? I saw the Doctor in the past, but not from that time.
So there's Meg.
They're up to something. I said something felt off.
And the other one's Dom. You can tell who they are because the Meg has the one with the holes in, and Dom's movement has the ones with the
If
slits.
they succeed, they will undo everything we have done. They are altering the past before us. We cannot allow them to succeed. They won't. We will play them at their own game and meet them in the past, just one step ahead.
I love this, that they know that the Doctor and Meg
Extract them here.
are affecting the timeline and altering it to sort of
It might be best to split you two up.
reset it back.
Two separate missions.
And the fact
More
they
than
go
also,
out their
the fact
way
that this
to
timeline
sort of
cease.
interact with them again.
Let's do it.
It's like there's a lot of time travel going on here. Like you are going to butcher the timeline. Yeah, Purple lost his hand. He definitely did. That's the Lego Dimension shot right there, isn't it? I like that they have to split up. Here we are with Into the Time Loop.
Tommy, look, this isn't going to make much sense. Just stay here and don't question. Just stay over
Yeah,
here.
we did have an original scene for the time loop, which was for the original time loop, but obviously that got cut. But then this scene got added. I was like, how cool would it be if Meg saw herself?
You're me. How are
And
you
Tommy
me?
says you're not allowed to interact with yourself. But in this
Wait,
occasion,
is this some kind of side effect from the time loop?
she blames it on the time loop. Yeah, it's a side effect of the time loop. Ignore it.
I can't tell anyone about this,
And she
okay?
believes it.
Why? Do you want to be stuck in a time loop forever? No. Take this.
And this, the Capaldi ring.
And
So
we-
the doctor says we have to plant objects that are important from this timeline into that timeline. So it was the 60th anniversary. It was like we're going to add Peter Capaldi's ring and the Fourth Doctor's badge.
Not even the doctor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love this shot as well when they actually cross. Like, what a rotoscoping job that was. And this is the scene from Most Hated Man. This is set after the episode when Meg's going back to see her mom. Oh, why is it so warm? I just love doing these eye-twisting shots of having two Doms or two Megs. And this scene was a nightmare to film. I don't know if Dom and Meg can remember this, but every time I said action,
Doctor?
those church bells would go off and they would not stop.
I just wanted to give you this.
And we walked off and we would come back later. We came back, they'd stopped. The moment I said action, they started again.
And what was supposed to be?
Nothing.
So yeah, this is all ADR. ADR, yeah. All dubbed.
Anyway, I'm gonna go see Mum.
Which I don't think you can tell. I think this was like one of the best dubbing that we did. What's the church got against Doctor Who?
All the time you need. I'll get the TARDIS fully ready. I want it to be perfect.
Rome Twin Illustration says, American fan here. I showed my ex-roommate from Australia flatmates. And having grown up on Doctor Who in the 70s, he said it felt like it reminded him of the classic series with great ambition. Well, thank you ever so much. I do like to think that our series is sort of like that, the in-between between classic and new Who. So, yeah, it's kind of fun that you've also thought that. And yeah, so Dom puts the brolly there for the brig to use. Again, nice little nods.
Just leave me alone. We just want to help. Why?
I like how you can hear like, the conversations happening in the background. Here we go. We're catching up to the events.
I promise you, as long as you're with me, as long as you're with us, I can guarantee your safety.
You
Drew
will.
says we're getting to the Spider-Man meme bit. Spider-Man meme bit.
You should remember us now.
Which is just
Doctor.
four. Oh yeah,
Now
there's
that
technically
you're
four.
back.
Oh my
The
goodness.
movement, I assume.
Oh, three. It's three. Yeah.
Thought that we would find you here, undoing our work and trying to sink the
Yeah. You got the
timeline.
movement doctor, the doctor, and the
I'm
doctor.
only fixing what you broke.
Funny, because that's why I'm here too.
So again, very important. So the movement blames the doctor for time crisis. Again, this scene in Flatmates, the sound effect is there. But doing that in one shot, I was so proud of this. Having Meg appear.
For so long, I've come such a long way. But I never expected
Yeah, Rory, the other movement's Meg. This one's just... The one that's in 82 is Dom.
Any minute now, you'll be on the doctor.
Oh! No, you're right!
The movement.
Oh my god, there is 4 doctors! You are totally right. The movement doctor, the movement doctor, the pastoral doctor, and the purple... Oh my god. There you go. That's our multi-doctor story done.
Resetting the time vortex.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. I love this when it was the tensions building up, like the movements are on their tail.
Well, it's very nice. See you later.
I love how it's just so typical of the Doctor to recognise everything, doesn't recognise when his companion has a different outfit. It's such the Doctor. This scene, when I edited this, I was like, this is just Meg seeing Tommy and being like, that's my Tommy, like.
Because I love you. I love you.
Even though she's going against everything that Tommy said not to do, you cannot interact with yourself. And she doesn't know what she's going to do when she gets to Tommy, but she doesn't get there. Because the movement infiltrate the time vortex.
Did you say my name?
No? Not me.
Wait. Do you fancy a walk?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they go to the pier, and then they have the scene, and it all plays out the exact same. But yeah, there was like a point where this and part 3 were all in my timeline, and like part 3 is very impacting, coming straight after part 2. Like
Tommy?
the journey you go
Can you
on.
hear me?
But I was like, no, it's too long. And then this cliffhanger came exactly like an error in. I was like, wow, this is like destiny. This is like meant to be the cliffhanger. It's funny because Meg used to always say, we should do a part 3. And they're in the void.
We shouldn't be
The
here.
void.
We're in the void.
And I loved this shot as well. Like you've got like a washed up pirate ship, an aeroplane. Because in my headcanon is the Bermuda Triangle like leads to the void, which is why you get ships and planes just drop into the void.
This is all my fault. I saw him. I saw Tommy.
So at this point now, this version of Meg and this version of the Doctor are the ones from the original timeline. Like they've synced now,
I remember.
so they've got all the memories of that part 1 versions of the Doctor and Meg. So this is like series 5, Doctor and Meg now.
We were diverted. Extracted from the vortex.
Someone said, theory, what if Little Red appears at the end?
Welcome to the void.
I'm sorry,
time.
I do not. I do not.
You are quite the observer.
And this, important,
That won't work. Not here.
because time doesn't exist in the void.
It's the only way we get to survive. Getting time displaced isn't fun.
Doctor,
I loved this ending, this cliffhanger. Like, it felt so right.
what do you want? Why are you trying so hard to erase us?
Because you're the reason we're like this. Why we can't live.
Yeah, so the
You've known
concept
of
of
us
the
for a
fact
long
that
time.
they have to wear these masks to survive, because if not, time would try and erase them, which is why they can take them off in the void, because time doesn't exist in the void. And you'll find out more in part 3, because there's more to it. Oh,
We are the versions of you who had no say in being erased from time.
yeah, no one expected this at all. No one expected a part 3. And no one expected the Doctor and Meg to be the movement. Like, no one asked. Like, literally nobody asked. Oh dear. And we shall end that there. We shall end that there. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, evil Purple and evil Meg. When you find out what they've been through, they're actually not that evil. They're actually not that evil. But yeah, like we told no one about the third part. And I was saying to Dom and Meg, I was like, how funny would it be if we just don't tell anyone there's a part 3? Make everyone think that this is the end of the series, like part 2. And then to have that reveal, and then everyone's like, wait, hang on. The movement are actually someone? Because like we never built up this mystery. We didn't do like a Russell T Davies have who are the movement? Who are they? We was like, just leave them to be their own thing, because they would be like, why would they be a mystery? Like they just wouldn't. They're just there. They are individuals. They don't need to be a mystery box. So yeah, so no one asked. No one asked the question who the movement are. And it was only until the lead up we were like, maybe you guys should start questioning who the movement actually are. But no one guessed. No one guessed. I think one or two people did guess, but only when we drew like attention to it. Someone says the real question is, which guest star is playing the TARDIS in part 3? Well, you'll have to find out. Her name is Billy No Mates. Yeah, shame on us. We didn't do. I mean, technically, they are kind of like their own thing. Yeah, I loved sort of having them just. I think as the series went on, it made more and more sense than it would be. Yeah, no, I played on Billy Piper and went on for Billy No Mates. Good actor, Billy No Mates. Someone says, keep being the Doctor, okay, Dom, don't put a Chris Eccleston like regenerating in one series. Keep being the Doctor in 3 more years and regenerate in a special / movie. Wow. Again, I'm just enjoying the speculation. It's all good fun. But yeah, that was Time Crisis Part 2. Time Crisis Part 2. D20 movie confirmed? Absolutely not. I can never do. We're doing For the Doctor. That's the only movie we're doing. Yeah. What are you up to, Doom? I couldn't tell you. I have so much planned. Put it this way. What happens has never happened before. So you're in for a treat. Like I said it on the last live stream. Not one person has got it right on what happens at the end of Time Crisis 3. Not one person. Meg's like, now, be careful. She's doing the admin. I know what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm not revealing anything, dear. I wouldn't dare reveal anything. You know me very well. I like to tease. I like to play into that whole speculation. But yeah, I did say on the last live stream, that no one's got it right. Yeah, there's been a lot of speculation. There's been an awful lot of speculation, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I've played into a lot of it. But we have 1 week to go. 1 week to go. Right? It's mental. Like this time next week, we will be in the final stages of Time Crisis Part 3. The pizza was the master. Ruined. They've got it. They've got it in one. The pizza master. Damn it. You are the Andrew Garfield of GDB 2012. It's a Photoshop. I saw it. and it's a Photoshop. I already want Series 6, and Series 5 hasn't ended yet. Yes. Yes. Well, you know, Series 6 is worth the wait. Meg says, you know, someone asked me what happens, and I said I forgot, like I wasn't in the damn thing. Meg, you've seen Time Crisis Part 3 like so many times. Yeah. Have you filmed Series 6 yet? No, we haven't. No, we haven't. There is... Once Series 5's out, we will be discussing Series 6. Because there is... It'll make sense. It'll make sense. But yes. How long will it be till some remastered news? Again, once Series 5's out, we have something up our sleeve that will be dropping for all you lovely lot. And yeah, I really hope you enjoy what we've got planned, because there's been a lot of hard work. Yeah, so End of Time Crisis, watch to the end, because there is something for Series 6. So but now once Series 5's out, we will discuss Series 6. I will explain see, this is me being careful. I will explain what the next steps are. I will explain Series 6 and why Series 6. There's a lot to unpack. Like I've already said that Series 6 will be the final series we ever do. It will be the last ever series. And there's reasons. There's a lot of reason behind everything. So yes, but no, you do have why is Series 6? Yeah, that we have so much content planned. Like, we haven't just been working on Series 5 while Series 5 has been going out. We've been Series 6 remastered, please. I haven't done Series 6 yet. I can't remaster it until I've done it. Yeah, just trust me, it'll be worth the wait. The decisions that have been made behind the scenes are the right decisions going forwards. We have exciting content coming after Time Crisis Part 3. Yeah, there is a lot. There's a lot coming. There's a lot. We have. There'll be several announcements after Time Crisis. Time Crisis Part 4. God damn it, James, you've ruined it. There's not a Part 4. There's not Part 4. I will confirm that Part 3 will absolutely 100% definitely be the end of Series 5. And I rendered it off again today because we keep getting Patreons that keep joining. So I have to just like render it again and add them. But, you know, it's what you guys pay for. So, yeah, in it goes. In it goes. So, yeah, so that's that done. Oh, Jordan's leaked it. Series 6 isn't being filmed yet, as Disney haven't decided whether they're funding it. However, there will be a companion called Petrol. It's true. It's true. We're introducing the Petrol Doctor. The Petrol Doctor is... They're going to be running on fumes. So, I mean, come on. Like, you know, that was good. That was good. Oh, yes. Can't wait for Part 3. Absolutely. Absolutely. The Petrol Doctor and their companion Cheese. I think we called the companion Diesel. Oh, no, it's the Diesel Doctor and the companion Petrol. Okay, yeah. Jordan Jones. I'm the Andrew of DW 2012. We're all the Andrew of DW 2012. It's a Photoshop. The petrol doctor sonic screwdriver is just a jerry can. Yeah, that's it. He's got it. He's got it. In one. In one. Is Jessica Whitehouse dead or alive? I don't remember. She dead. She dead. I mean, technically, she's alive in the past, but aren't we all? But in the current series 5, Jessica Whitehouse is dead, but you know she's alive in the remastered series. Yeah. Oh, why is it so warm? Why is it? Oh, I'm gonna have a quick look. Bear with. I'm still here. I just wanted to see. I've just realised that prop I mentioned, it's in storage. I was just like, oh, I'll go and get the prop. And I was like, oh yeah, it's in storage. Never mind. Never mind. They're alive for now. Yeah. So yeah, I'll stay on for like a little bit longer. I like to sort of do roughly like 2 hours or so, even if it's just vibing and chatting and stuff. We also have coming out the Series 5 deleted scenes. So they'll be out after Time Crisis Part 3 has come out. I think that's probably the next proper video on DW 2012. Oh, Sean says, I have to leave, but I'm looking forward to Part 3. Tally-ho, Luke. Tally-ho, Sean. Thank you for subscribing to Patreon too. Appreciate it. Very kind, very kind. Can't thank you enough. Hashtag justice for Jessica. Oh dear. Is Chloe going to be in the soon-to-be remade Series 2? You'll have to find out. You'll have to find out. So Series 2 is very different from what a lot of people remember. I've had so many people ask me what Series 2 is lately. Like, I need to do like a new remastered update video because so many new people have joined the show, joined the YouTube channel. Yeah, I definitely need to do a video on it. But yeah, Series 2 has changed drastically. I think Series 2 has had the most changes to it. Remember A Nightmare Within? I remember A Nightmare Within. You'll remember A Nightmare Within as well. What does he mean by that? I don't know. The amount of people that keep asking me for A Nightmare Within, that I've got to the point where I'm like, I'm just gonna give you A Nightmare Within. I'm just gonna do it. You're just gonna have it. It's just gonna be there. One day, A Nightmare Within is just gonna appear, and you'll go, "Oh, A Nightmare Within." Ah. Oh, why is it so warm? This shouldn't be legal. This amount of heat. Turns out Nightmare Within was just one of the things that needs to be corrected in Time Crisis. I've just read that. I've just realised that Dom would likely have a longer run as the Doctor than Shooty if you consider episode length. That is true. Man's only had like 45 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, since Dom's been the Doctor, we've lost 13, 14, 15, and we're on the 16th Doctor. We've had 4 Doctors in the space of Dom's run. Like, oh my goodness. Oh dear. Someone said, do you English. Do you think you ever make a way to view the OG versions of the episodes, like a second channel or archive playlist? I don't think so. What else? I know a lot of those episodes hold a lot of nostalgia for a lot of people. there is a lot that I'm not proud of in that those stories. And I would personally, I would only like to have one true version of the series, because if, for example, like a new audience member joins DW 2012 and they see two versions of the same series, like it's going to cause a lot of confusion. So yeah, George Lucas it. Yeah, like I say, that those original stories, whilst from for the time that they were the best I could do, they are stories that were told on limitations on what I could actually do as a filmmaker, as a VFX artist, as a content creator. So like when I originally wrote Dawn of the Doctor back in like 2012, that was written totally different to what I wanted. And I think that was the biggest problem with the remaster, is that we were copy and pasting a lot. Yeah, limitations are good, don't get me wrong. But when it's not telling the story that you actually wanted to tell, I've felt that quite a lot, especially like going into series 2. I was like I look at Days of a Forgotten Past, and I'm like, this shouldn't have been like this. Like, this was never planned to be like this. Like, the original plan was to do this, and it never got made. And like, for me, I have to do justice to those characters, to Little Red, to myself as a content creator, to tell my true vision of what I think these episodes should be. And back in 2012, 2013, I was having like insane ideas that I knew I couldn't pull off. And then, 13 years later, we're here and we're able to actually do those original ideas that I genuinely wanted to tell, like those original visions. Like I said, they won't be completely different episodes. Like series 2, episode 1 is still Days of a Forgotten Past with the Mirror Demon. Episode 2 still has the Sea Devils. Episode 3 is still, the Scarecrow. 4 is still the Cybermen. But it's sort of like the way these stories are told, and like overarching storylines as well. So yeah, like I say, stay tuned. Exciting content. Alfie says, Luke, will we see a regeneration happening in the episode? I don't know. You tell me. Do you think we'll see a regeneration in the episode? Do you think we will see a regeneration in the episode? Guess we'll find out. Like I say, I know what's happening. So does Dom and so does Meg. But like, we just enjoy playing into every theory that gets told. Every theory that comes out, I'm like, this is right. You're absolutely right. Although I don't confirm it's right, but I like to play into the fact that this could possibly be right. Dom regenerates into Jenna Coleman. Yeah, that's it. Now on the head. Meg wants to know more theories. Oh my goodness. That's a good one. Put your theories in the chat on what you think happens in Time Crisis Part 3. Let's hear some juicy theories. Dom regenerates into... Oh, he's got it. Shit. Jack Reeves, that's the best theory we've had. Dom is in it. Wow. Oh, I think there's a beginning, a middle, and an end. Excellent. Very good. There might just be a beginning and an end. Imagine that. Imagine 15 minutes in, just the closing credits come up. The void goes boom at the end. That's interesting. Very interesting. Could that happen? I have no idea. My theory is the Doctors explode. Oh my god! That could also happen. You know, the Doctor might go, "Oh, I never did actually fix the TARDIS." Bang! Dom regenerates into Meg, and Meg regenerates into Little Red. The Doctor and TARDIS merge into Domdis. Ah, the Domdis. Dom regenerates into himself and then gets stuck into a time loop of himself regenerating into himself over and over and over again. Rory says, what if Evil Meg and Dom are the Brig, Meg, and Pastel Doctor? They kind of create themselves. Weird paradox crap. Maybe. What if... Ooh, this is a good one. This is a good one. What if Series 5 Meg and Purple have to become the movement? It is true. It is true. Only one can survive. You know, we're gonna. That's made very clear that only one can exist on a timeline. So who knows? Maybe the movement win. Now that won't that be a twist? Dom regenerates into Doctor Doom and is introduced into the MCU. There we go. Dom, I would like our Robert Downey Jr.'s paycheck. Yeah, he probably gets paid better than you, Dom. Josh says, my theory is that someone in the episode dies or gets displaced in time, never to be found again. Very interesting. Very interesting. Like, I mentioned it in the last live stream as well. Like, there is a character ending for the TARDIS trio. Like, Tommy has his, Meg has hers, the Doctor has his. So maybe we'll find out. Alfie said, I saw regeneration energy in the trailer. Interesting. Wonder what that could be. Meg and the Doctor merge with their alternate detached timeline selves, regenerating into the two Ranis and then act out the two Ranis sketch. Perfect. Absolute cinema. Oh, these are all good. Has the Rani ever made an appearance in DW 2012? Yes, the Rani appeared in Series 3, Episode 5, War Salvage. But yeah. Alfie said, can you come back as Little Red for one more series? Alfie, I'm coming back to do like many series, my friend. The remastered series. I'm back in Series 2. You've got me for 6 glorious episodes. You've got me in Series 3. 8 episodes. You've got me in Series 4. Another 8 episodes. And then you've got a film with me. Like, this is the Little Red's journey all over again. Like, it's exciting times. Exciting times. Yes, Rory, we will give the Rani a time to shine. Luke is actually being Andrew Garfield here. I totally am. Oh, my theory is that Tommy is the master. Interesting. God, that would be so messed up. The makes us say like, Master, didn't you stab me in the last series? And then you pretended to be my boyfriend for this whole series. You made me weep for you. What if the movement of the Doctor and Megan that actually made it to the TARDIS in Time Crisis Part 1? That's also an interesting theory. Yeah. But yeah, very messed up if Tommy was the master. Very messed up. Ncuti Gatwa is your new Doctor on a higher paycheck than Disney. Yeah, because we actually commission the next series. So he was totally on board for it. He was like, Luke, Forget the paycheck, babes. I don't want it. I just want to be the Doctor. And I was like, listen here, Shoots. TARDIS is there, mate. Let's go. Let's go. Me and you. We'll give you some actual good content. Right. Do you want to face Sutek? I'll give you proper Sutek. Do you want to face Omega? He's real Omega. Yeah. That's how we got him. We have he died, possibly regenerated. He nearly had Dom on the live stream then. We have a super chat from Robert W. Thank you ever so much. Robert says, I honestly hope these episodes go on for a long time. It's an amazing show. You're really great showrunners. Thank you ever so much. Yes, like as far as I'm concerned, we've got a lot of content planned for like the next 5-6 years. So don't worry. Don't worry, we're not going anywhere. We're building the new TARDIS. You know, we've built a whole film studio. We're not going to build all this just to release Time Crisis Part 3. Like, there's a lot coming. Yeah. So, thank you for the super chat. But yes, plenty more from us. Like, yeah, loads more. How long is the runtime for Time Crisis Part 3? I'll have a look for it. I think it's about an hour. Just making sure I'm not sharing screens, because imagine if I leaked Time Crisis Part 3. 1 hour, 4 minutes. That's your runtime. Yeah, it'd be really awkward if I leaked Part 3. A new TARDIS, would it be bigger? Oh, she will be. She will be. I said this earlier in the live stream, so for those who are still here, I'm sorry for repeating myself, but we have new people. Yes, the new TARDIS will be bigger. The new TARDIS, all the materials have been ordered, and construction starts next week. So I will definitely be doing a how to build a TARDIS video. We've done TARDIS diaries. We've done TARDIS tours. I'm going to show you how to build a bloody TARDIS. We're going to get it done. Yeah, it was always a bit cramped. But we were limited on space, unfortunately. Like, we had a fence on one side and my workshop on the other. I went as big as I possibly could, and obviously sticking to permitted development rules, planning permission rules. We've made sure that everything's on board. Because that's the thing, like, you know, there's rules. Man can't just build a three-story TARDIS in Garden. Don't happen. We had another super chat from Robert W. Thank you. Who just says, "Yay! Thank you so much, sir." No worries, Robert. No worries. We'll keep on going for as long as we can physically see fit. Tom Pell says the new Colin Firth. Don't go there with Colin Firth, Tom, because I swear, when I saw Colin do the underground bunker, this was after, like, I had plans to sort of build this underground bit to the TARDIS, like where the vents are in the floor, the middle bit would drop down and you'd open the vents and you could sort of essentially climb down. And I was like, oh, it'd be so cool to do it, so cool. But then the logistics from like an engineering standpoint of like structurally, would the floor be safe for the console and people to be on? And then obviously with damp and humidity, airflow, all this stuff that you have to like take in consideration. I was like, let's just do flat TARDIS. And then I saw Colin Firth do the garage extension. I was like, oh my god, I so wish I did it. And I did plans as well. Like, I was like, oh, imagine if we built the TARDIS underground. So like you come through the police box and you go down the stairs to like the console room. I was like, that'd be cool. But the problem that you had was, from a planning point of view, if the TARDIS police box is here and the console room's underground, the police box would have to be really far away for the stairs not to be like very steep. And then that's like a whole load of issues. Like, how would you how would it connect and stuff. So yeah, Rory, the man is going insane. His entire front garden he has dug down, and he has built a huge garage extension to the tunnels, like an underground garage. He's built like a rising platform for his DeLorean. Like, it's literally mental, this guy. But I thrive to be him. I thrive to be him. Hashtag League Part 3. Never. I'm not leaking it. Turns out that you have snuck into Bad Wolf and stolen the actual set. If I've stolen that set, my friend, like, I would be making changes. I'd be like, throw that, shrink this, bring that down, get rid of that. That's rubbish. Oh dear. Yeah, so how did you make the original Supreme Dalek Dome for Series 4? Supreme Dalek Dome. I can't remember which Dalek that was now. I'm having trouble making my Dalek Dome. To be honest, I just bought mine off eBay, my Dalek Dome. Fiberglassed and done. But Rory in the chat, he's the Dalek guy. Oh, the original Paradigm one. See, Rory's my continuity guy as well. Like, he tells me when I forget stuff in my own show. The blue one, I think the blue one was made from, I think it was like a hanging basket. Yeah, it was a hanging basket with foam put over it, and then fiberglass on top, and then like a lot of car body filler. It was built back in like 2013, so you know. And we have another super chat from Matthew. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you so much. He says, "Hey guys." Hi, Matthew. What do we have? What TARDIS build inspires you? Oh, as in like TARDIS build, like TV series ones, or like fan made ones. Tom, you sold your fiberglass Dalek. We could have used that, my friend. I could have hired him out. Alfie says, I think a regeneration is coming. The Purple Doctor era is coming to an end. I think, spoiler. Ooh, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Rory says, oh, I like that. Better get a credit, lol. I kid. He says he kids. He does not. Any favorite Dalek design? Oh, well, I have my favorite guys on the shelf. Obviously, I like TV movie Dalek, personal favorite. I do like a good Genesis Dalek, very nice. And I do like the new series Dalek, but like darker color schemes, not so like the. And I love the Paradigm Daleks. I don't care what anyone says. The Paradigm Daleks were absolute champs, and they deserved better. But Stephen Moffat backed out. Sad times. Do you have any of the Doctor Who steelbooks? I do not, because I cannot afford it, because they're so expensive. Yeah, poor Shooty. He never got to face the Daleks. Sad times. I would say maybe in Big Finish, but let's be honest, Big Finish is not affording Shooty Gatwa. Absolutely not. Yeah, I love the Paradigm Daleks, like especially like the Asylum of the Daleks when they had the back shaved off. Like they were just, there's something intimidating about them, and it's not because I'm just little and they're very tall. The voices, the booming voices, the organic eye, the tank-like design, the bit in the back that we never got to see. Yeah. Yeah, they are quite big. Quite big. Yeah, again, they were sort of to match Matt Smith's eyeline, but Matt Smith's a lot taller than Little Red. Little Red is a shorty. So, yeah, when I stand next to those Daleks, they look huge. I could probably stand up in that Dalek, to be fair. A degeneration. Ooh, that'd be interesting. Could never fit one in my living room. I could probably squeeze a paradigm in my living room. I don't know. I think you have to go in the middle. Little Red needs some adjustments. Yeah, imagine Little Red trying to face off against the paradigm Daleks. Like trying to get that as a camera angle. Be crazy. Dom generates into Dom. Could you imagine that? Dom splits off and becomes himself. Meg says, no, you shall not. I mean, I've already persuaded Meg about putting the TARDIS police box in the living room for a scene. I was like, wouldn't that be cool? Have the TARDIS land in the living room? Yeah, because like a lot of things are changing with the way the police box is going to be used. We're going to hopefully start using the police box separately to the actual TARDIS now. So it means that we could take the police box, pop it in the living room, or in the garden somewhere, or hopefully take it on location if we had a van of sorts. Yeah. Doesn't some boy online have a paradigm? Yeah, I've seen him. He had a YouTube channel. He bought one of the paradigm Daleks. I think without the head and the neck rings. Yeah. Would you ever do a spin-off series? I would. I would do a spin-off series. I do have things planned. This is stuff that was already announced, but they've just sort of been put on hold for the time being because it will make more sense once the remastered series is done to then go forwards with those spin-offs because the characters are changing quite a lot. Yeah, so yeah, I'd love to see you trick people on location thinking you're filming the real show. Oh yeah, absolutely, that'd be great. Yeah. Yeah. Do you think we should have the Bannerman Road gang back in a spin-off? Yeah, absolutely. We need Rani and Clive. We need those guys back, and possibly Luke if he was up for it. Yeah. Someone says, 2 Doms be like the Vortex Manipulators trick in the Christmas special in Series 4. Maybe. There was like an infinite amount of Little Reds popping around being Santa Claus. Hi, Louise. Louise has entered the chat. Yay. Yeah, it would be nice to meet Luke's husband. I forget he's married now. Yeah. The is it Farewell Sarah Jane or Goodbye Sarah Jane Smith? One of those. The continuity of Who is like the continuity of X-Files. Yeah, I mean, my sort of headcanon on what I think is continuity, like what is canon in the show is if it's shown on TV, that's canon. If it's something that Russell T Davies has said in a magazine, that's not canon. I don't really class Big Finish as truly canon, so loose canon. Yeah, no, that's fine, Louise. That's fine. This will be uploaded later anyway, so if you want to rewatch it back at your own leisure, please do so. My headcanon is that Tharis is Clive's nephew in all universes. It's true. He is. A spin-off idea, Megan defending the Earth, inspired by the Doctor running up a team fighting alien creatures. Yeah, that'd be cool. Where can we watch this? So once the live stream's ended, there'll be a video that you can just watch on YouTube. If you're talking about just the fan series in general, we have playlists of Series 5. You could just check all that out. Clive appears in Time Crisis Part 3. Clive is the next Doctor. Introducing Clive. Yeah, I think that's like there will be ideas to have spin-offs. Tom says need to make an Ace spin-off with Sophie. What, us or the BBC? Yeah, I remember they were gonna. Yeah, because there was a lot of plans for the last series of Sarah Jane Adventures that never came to see light. It's quite sad. Please do a reaction of Part 3. Like, absolutely. Yeah. If anyone would be up for doing a live reaction, not a live reaction, a video reaction of Part 3, whether you want to upload it or whether you want to upload it as a private and just send us the link and we'll watch it. I'm very, very keen to see all your reactions. Because I know after the episode, I know the internet's going to explode. And I can't wait. Neither can Dom, neither can Meg. We're so excited. Yeah, I want to see you guys. Yeah, I want to see you guys just like, wow, what is going on? I'm planning on building a TARDIS this year based on 8s, 9s, 10s, 11s, 12s, and yours. Oh, that'd be cool. Well, if you want to buy a TARDIS, we'll be selling my TARDIS console. Yeah. The Pink Angel says, I will be posting like fire after Part 3. Oh, I expect nothing less. Yeah. But honestly, if anyone could do any videos in the video reaction, like, I know it's like a lot to ask, it's at 1 hour and 4 minutes. But yeah, there's so much. Dino says, how much are you asking, Luke? Okay, let's get into business. So, right. So the TARDIS console, I am selling the whole console with everything on it, all the bits, all the pieces, levers, buttons, lights, the time rotor, the whole shebang. And the least, I know it's going to be a lot, but the least I could accept for it is £1,000, purely because of how much time and effort is gone into it. Like the panels are fiberglass and resin, so it's a lot of money. But whatever I make from that TARDIS will go into building the new set. So that's the plans. That is the plan. But yeah, like I say, it'll come with absolutely everything. I will sign every panel. I'll get Dom to sign it. Dom will sign it. Meg will sign it. I'll sign it. Yeah, but yeah, so yeah, like I say, it's a lot to ask, but it's like you can buy a police box for like 2-3 grand. Like, in the grand scheme of things, asking for the minimum is sort of like, yeah, that's the minimum that I can accept. Yeah, just because for me it has to also be worth getting rid of. Yeah, I can't afford to build the new one. Rory, would you consider going 50-50? Yeah, you guys just saw it in half, or have shared custody. Rory gets it on weekends. Yeah, but no, like I say, it will be. It pretty much is up for sale now. We've got 2 more shots to get in the console room, and then it's done. It is done. Yeah. So, but like I said, everything can be included. There will be 1 or 2 pieces that I have to take off, purely based on few of them being screen used parts from the actual TV show. I physically cannot let them go. I'm so sorry, but they're going on the new one. And there's one or two little bits that I want to personally keep for like peace sakes, like memories, that sort of thing. So I definitely want to keep some bits, but like the pieces that come off will be substituted with like another button or another switch. So you'll still get the full console with everything on it, and all the lights in the rotor and the lights in the bottom. What parts are off the actual show? So the atom accelerator in the middle, the bit that spins in the time rotor. Several of the end caps, the blue and gold pieces, not all of them. Like there's, I think it's about 10, 11. Those are off the OG Matt Smith console. And I know this was definitely confirmed because when I went down to Bob's Bits, he gave me the last pieces to complete the atom accelerator. So basically, when I take those pieces off, I will have the most screen accurate / screen used atom accelerator in existence. So I need to bring those pieces together. But Bob was very generous to actually. He gave me some pieces and was like, "You can just have those." And I was like, "Oh my god!" And then the rest of the pieces I did buy. And the story he told me was that because it was on loan to the BBC, when he had that prop back, because when Bob makes the props for Bob's Bits, they sign like a copyright license that no one else can sort of use that thing ever again. So when he had the prop back, he was saying to me, he was like, I had it back and all the end caps were all missing. And I was just standing there like, I wonder where they went. Yeah, I didn't tell him I owned them. But yeah, Bob was a lovely chap. He sadly passed away last year. But I was so like privileged to just meet him. Like his knowledge of prop making, like he supplied props for Star Wars and Red Dwarf and like Doctor Who and all sorts. Like he's such a lovely bloke. But yeah, so my plan is I want to make a very screen accurate, screen used atom accelerator. Because some of the bits when I received them, a lot of them were missing. So I had to sort of buy similar ones. They're not the same, unfortunately. Like you can't get the same because Bob told me he got them from Home Bargains, of all places. The end caps, they're dust caps off car tires. And yeah, he got them from Home Bargains back in like 2010 or 2009, around that period. So I find that quite funny. Yeah, and I paid a lot more than what Bob paid at Home Bargains. But yeah. So yeah, but everything else in the TARDIS will be there. So yeah, I do have some some interested English. I do have some interested people who are like want to buy the TARDIS. So just saying. What does bloke mean? We have a person from America. Bloke means guy or man or male, so like, yeah. Or chap. Chap's also slang for bloke. He's also slang for guy. He's also slang for, yeah. Or dude. Yeah, dude. That's an American saying, isn't it? Or fella. There you go. I made a joke, but I'm interested in buying the TARDIS. Seriously. Seriously. I'd commit to it if you commit to it. Yeah. Lad, chap, dude, bloke, fella, mate. That's it. English slang. Do you take human kidneys? I probably can't pay with human kidneys to buy the next load of stuff for the new TARDIS. So unfortunately, it needs to be cold earned cash. Please. What did you say happens to the box? So the box is staying. It's just getting updated. So we're having brand new TARDIS posts. The new posts are going to be on there. The roof will be the same. The panels are the same. The base will be the same. The doors, the panels, police box signs. It's just the posts are changing. And I might go for a different shade of blue. But we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. How many times did the TARDIS blow up in your in the series? It kind of blew up in Dawn of the Doctor when the Doctor crashed. It blew up in Fall of the Doctor when Dom crashed. Yeah, I think I only blew up twice. That's Rory. How many times did my TARDIS blow up? He's going to just check the DDB 2012 continuity booklet. The man at the tip was quite confused to see. Tom, did you actually throw your TARDIS in the tip? Mind you, to be fair, my dad threw K9 in the tip. So I wasn't there. Ah, Roy. Oh my goodness. Tom has saved the time rotor. Thank goodness. Yeah, so for those who don't know, Tom in the chat, Tom bought the original time rotor from Series 4 into Fall of the Doctor. He bought that. And still owns it. Yeah, I'm surprised you threw away your console though. Like, blimey. Here's a bit of slang. Hey up me duck. It is a bit of slang, a bit of northern slang that. Arclon Trance, it blew up. Did it? I don't remember the TARDIS blown up in Arclon Trance. Huh. I'll double check that later. Alright, love, what's occurring? East Midlands, my bad. Apologies to the north. In the beginning. Did it? I really can't remember my own episode. Oh, that's just a little spark. That's not like an actual blow up. Like when you say blow up, I compare it to Dawn of the Doctor or How Time Flies, where it actually blows. Yeah, no, I don't class it as a blow up. Just a minor fault in the TARDIS. Yeah. If it blew up in every episode, I think we'd have to have a new set every now and then. Yeah. Tom says actually makes a great corner lamp. I need to throw it away because he got knackered in cold storage every winter. Full time. Tom, you've got to look after these TARDISes. Blimey. You know, like, mine's still going really strong considering, like, I mean, it's so weird to think that the TARDIS now, the current TARDIS, has been there longer than the original TARDIS up until Fall of the Doctor. I find that absolutely bonkers. Like, so bizarre. So bizarre. Yeah. Linford Cosplay says, Luke, I shall bid you and the chat farewell. So excited for Time Crisis Part 3. Keep the good work, brother, and congrats on 25. Thank you ever so much, and thanks for joining. Yeah, I look forward to. I assume you said. I'm going to assume you said you're going to do a video reaction, but we'll see. If you do it, that'd be cool. I'd love to see it. I think the Series 3 timer would look the coolest, really, like with the basket. That was like a nod to the Hartnell TARDIS. Tom Powell, the TARDIS called, and he's suing you for negligence. That's great. Oh dear. Yes, his lawyers at the ready. Would you ever completely redecorate the TARDIS? I am redecorating the TARDIS. The TARDIS is having a complete redesign. If we're talking blown up, I'm willing to say, don't the Doctor how time flies? And it wasn't firing for the Doctor. It does die in the series 4 finale for a brief moment. Yeah, so there's a little bit. Yeah, and Eternal Darkness. But like that, the power just gets disconnected, so the Doctor can't take off. It wasn't me, it was the Valyard. Yeah. Oh, right. We've been going for 2 hours and 16 minutes. I think we have to wrap this up because I desperately would like to have a shower. I've been working in the garden all day on the film studio and on the TARDIS Foundation parts, getting bits ready for next week, and obviously going to buying wood and stuff. Oh, when you said he's going to blow up the TARDIS. Well, when you blew up the TARDIS, it's in a projected reality, so that's not actually really the TARDIS. So, there we go. Continuity has been restored. Yeah, I thought you meant when the TARDIS shuts down with power. But you mean the ending. You should make the time rotor spin and move up and down. Both? I can't do both. I couldn't do both. The new one, I do want the rise and fall in motion. Obviously, we're going to have the full height time rotor. So I want something complicated and complex. I would like it to rotate, but if we're going to have lights in there, if that rotates, I have to consider the wires getting tangled and stuff like that. But yeah, I think I'm just going to have the... I've never had a TARDIS rise and fall. I've always had it spin. Every TARDIS I've had this, has done the spinning motion. So I think I owe it to myself to tick off that box and give myself the up and down time rotor. Tom says, bring back the round things. I would do, but what are the round things? Nah, the hexagons will probably come back. As much as I would like the roundels, yeah, I think hexagons. Are you going to do a live reaction during the episode on the 20th? We won't. Excuse me. We won't do a live reaction on the day. The episode will premiere, so this is important. I'm going to make it very clear. When Time Crisis Part 3 comes out, you all need your bums on seats watching this because it's going out live. It's been premiered, so we'll be in the chat. There'll be a live chat, so we all can chat backwards and forwards and stuff. Don't be late for Time Crisis Part 3. I cannot emphasize this enough. Yeah, you do not want to miss anything because soon as that episode starts, it starts. There's no like that you can miss the first 20 minutes. No, like you need to be there for the whole thing. We will probably do a live stream afterwards, talking all about Time Crisis. I'll probably do one with Meg. So yeah, and yeah, don't miss it. Please, I beg you, just don't miss it. Rory says, I like spinning. That's neat trick, but the up and down is superior. It is. It's such the TARDIS. You know, the TARDIS has always been from, what, 63. It's always been up and down. I mean, 63 span as well. But I definitely want just the up and down. All of the TARDISes I've had have moved up and down. Yeah, I've never been able to master it, but I will. I'm going to get on that, and we will do it. And you should do a video or a video diary. Yeah, I plan to sort of do a sort of like a video diary, but then sort of like a how to build a TARDIS. Like, I want to sort of fully document every stage of us building the TARDIS, every single stage, and just release it like as of when, like weekly, whether I'm doing it. Yeah, so we will. Is there a place where we can get the acrylic time rotor tube from? My current one is actually not acrylic. It's sort of like a flimsy plastic. It's quite thick. It's like a packaging sort of material. I bought a massive roll of it, but I would like to get the solid acrylic tube. Like, I've never had it. It's always very expensive. There is a few places I've seen online do it. And to whether I go for it, like, you know, we're talking like £300-400 worth on just the time rotor tube. So I don't know whether I want to pay that much. Robert says it's at 10 p.m. your time on the 28th. Right now it's 5:26 here. How many? So right now it is 11:28. So yours is 5:28. So you're, what's that? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's you're 6 hours. You're 6 hours behind. So yeah. I mean, if you turn on your notification bells on the channel, you will be automatically notified. There's always a countdown at the start of premieres, so you'll have like a few. You'll also have like a few bit of time, sort of get there. Yeah, he's asking. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so yeah, just hit the bell notification on the channel, and you will be notified. But yeah, so there's a 6 hour difference between us. So there you go. There you go. Yeah, I don't want you guys to miss anything. I don't want you guys tuning in at like a pivotal moment in the episode. Rory says, can we wrap this up? I'm gagging for a shower. Too hot. I am too. We will definitely. We're going to start wrapping this up right now. How about what about how to make a custom Sonic? Well, again, like, my Sonics just keep bashed. It's just I'm in my workshop. I have like a box of junk and bits, and it's just a case of putting together whatever fits. Like, there's no design. There's no, we'll plan this. Jonathan is heading off. It's too hot and muggy. Horrible. Can try and sleep through this. I wish you well, sir. Happy sleeping. And yes, next week, Time Crisis Part 3. Very exciting. Oliver says, my rotor is glass. How on earth did you afford a glass rotor? How did you make Little Red Sonic from Season 4? Little Reds is... So this is Little Reds. It's a Capaldi Sonic. Ruining the magic. So that's a Capaldi Sonic with the claws took off. That bit in the middle, you can't see because I can't focus. But the middle bit is from the TARDIS playset, from the Matt Smith TARDIS playset. These are just cut out to Perspex, and this is also from the TARDIS playset. So, yeah, there we go. Right, and with that being done and dusted, we are going to bid farewell. It is too hot. It is not fair. And somehow we have to sleep through this, and I just cannot wait to get in the shower right now. So, yes, thank you everyone for watching, and super chats, just being here and supporting it. yeah, I appreciate everyone for just being cool and being here. It's great. Time Crisis Part 3 is next week. Exciting times. Cannot wait. I just saw my door moved. So good night, everyone. I will see you all very soon. You'll see us on the next live stream next week after Time Crisis is aired. Ta-ta for now. We'll see you later. Don't forget to subscribe, by the way, and hit the Patreon up. We have a Patreon. There is lots of perks. We dropped an exclusive photo, which has never been released, of Time Crisis Part 3 on the Patreon. You can sign up to Patreon at any tier to get access to that, or you could just do a one-off purchase just to see that post. Patreon is where it's at. It helps us support the show and keep doing what we like doing. So, notifications on. Exactly. The Pink Angel. She's got it. And see you all next week. Bye-bye. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. Bye.